Hello and welcome to another episode of Common Lisp. So today I'm gonna be making the graphical user interface subsystem. So that's something I've started already a couple of weeks ago. So let me show what I have at this moment. So I finally got this library called Nuclear to work with the Allegro library, which makes all of the drawing inside my game. So here's the main menu I've made. So it is kind of cheesy picture, but I think that will do for start. Yeah, so I got all of these buttons working, I think, except credits. Yeah, credits still don't work, but that's easily fixable. So yeah, so what I'm going to do this time, I think I'm gonna make all of this kinda serializable. So this is still kinda hard-coded, all of these buttons, their positions, colors, etc. But I think what I'm gonna do today is to kinda move it into the separate file by using the runtime code generation, because well, I'm already using it for that. So yeah, the only next step is to move it to separate file, like with all of those stuff with button declarations and stuff. Right. So I think the exit button does work. Yep. But yeah, there is some problem with finalization code. There is the seg fault when the game exits, so I think I'm gonna fix it a bit later today. Yeah, and first of all, I think I'm gonna start with renaming that. So I've named the new system GUI system. I think it's kind of obvious that it is graphical user interface. I'm not using a textual interface. So I think I'm gonna rename it to like UI system. I think that will do. So I'm gonna rename, I hope that will work, to UI system. That's it. Right. Wait, what? Rename it anyway. Nope. Nope. Oh yeah, I guess I know what the problem is. So I'm gonna rename it to UI system.lisp. Kinda not the first one yet, like this one. Alright, so Emacs is giving me a lot of shit again, but I think that that worked. Let's see. So I got FG. Yeah, I don't have the GUI system, and I have UI system instead. Right, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to start this screen key app which shows my buttons, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna rename it in the package file. No, in package file I'm okay. I'm gonna rename it in ASD file. So instead of GUI, it's UI now. And again, the name of the system. So it is UI. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. No. UI Windows. So the component will obviously be UI now. System wrap UI. Let's see. Toggle UI. Yeah, I think that's also have to be renamed. Right. With UI. UI system with UI. Parameters. Yeah, this one I'm gonna rewrite anyway. Yeah, I did that already. With UIs, def handler. Right, I think I'm done. Oh, the GUI context, that's... Why do I need it anyway? Okay, I'm gonna just rename it. Okay, and maybe I have references to this GUI somewhere else. Do I though? Let's see. So the credit system, okay, what is happening here? GUI entity, okay, let's also rename it to UI entity. the different specification now. So it is the UI, that's the name of the system. I have toggled UI now. Okay, let's see where else. Menu system, yeah, of course. So the GUI entity again. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, let's see where it still resides. Okay, in menu system, yeah, obviously here. Toggle UI, right. With UI here and toggle UI. Okay. So let's see where it still is. Yeah, and console system, I think that's the functional system. It isn't really made yet. Yeah, and I don't really need this GUI arc right now. So okay, let's see. License. Yeah, right. In the creation of that system, I have to rename it. And where else? Oh, right. I'm getting this context for the handling of input in the main function, in the main loop. So I need like this UI context, right? And where else? With UI entity and parameters. Right, I think I'm done with renaming. So let's see, let's restart my Lisp and see whether it still works. So why is this taking so long? Come on. Is my Emacs stuck again? Nope. Still works. So let's see whether it still starts. Yeah, and the problem is I have to start it with the menu on. Oops. I've pressed some fancy multimedia button on my keyboard and this happened. Where does this happen? Menu system. Num keyword for key codes. Okay, let's give up and again. Right. So escape. Yeah, and I have to start it with already the flag with the on turned on. So well, the main menu is on initially. Right, but that's a small problem for later solving. Okay, so even if I press the game, it still works, and then I can. Yeah, the game does not pause. So when I press escape, it's still. You can hear that the character is being beaten. Now she is dead. So yeah, but yeah, I think that would be a deliberate idea that the game does not pause when you enter the main menu. I think I want it to be always like in Diablo 2, in the network game. So yeah, in single player game in Diablo 2, you could press escape by that opening the main menu and the game would pause. But I think I'm gonna do it different way. Yeah, okay. So right, memory fold, of course. So what I want to do next is to kind of put all of those into the separate file. Okay, and Whether this will work or not depends on whether I can like load all of those arguments from the file, because I have like those buttons which may be different for different menus. So I think I want to use sort of backquote here. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna check whether it works. So I'm gonna work with the string stream. How do I make it? I forgot with input from string. So I'll call it like string. The string would be something like, well, first of all, something easy, something like, I don't know, ABC, like the list with symbols A, B, and C. Then, yeah, body. So I'm gonna call read with this string st and see what would happen. So okay, I've read this list. So what if I use a backquote here and call something like 1 plus 1? What would happen then? Right, so it is read literally. So I think I need eval here actually. Yeah, of course the variable b is unbound. Let's change those two keywords so this works. The function, yeah, of course now it wants the function, so I think I'm gonna just use list or whatever. Right, and the backtick still is not working, and that's weird. Maybe if I type it like fully, like back wood, maybe that will do the trick. No, what? I've forgotten the extra parentheses. Yeah, I did. Okay, backquote is undefined. Hello, Michael. Hey. So again, how do I do that? So I think I'm not wrong with the function name, like backquote, right? Something like 1 plus 1. Oh, okay, so okay, so how the freaking backquote works? Beg my pardon. I mean, like, seriously? So I have the simple quote and right, maybe it is Google time. So let's see. So I need a backquote like the something I can read and then eval. So okay, let's go with just common LISP backquote. Backquote introducing template of the data structure to be built. Okay. Okay, the thing is, how do I use it with read anyway? So if I'm using this, oh, maybe it's not like evaluated. So I'm gonna like func here. Nope, it's still like a list. Oh, maybe the comma. Yeah, something like this. Right, so yeah, that's just me being stupid. Okay, so I think I can do this by adding this backquote and comma inside the file with this UI like declaration, and then load it with eval, I think. And the thing is, I want to load like this full object specification, just like to feed it to make object. Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe I will just start right away with that. So in resources, I'm gonna have this folder like UI. Okay. I'll just go to the folder and create the new folder UI, and in this UI I'm gonna open something like main menu, or yeah, let's just go with main menu. And about the extension, maybe the Lisp would be, because well, it will be a Lisp code anyway. So I want this here. So yeah, for make object I want a list of lists. Something like this, right? So list, and inside of this list I have, so the first list is like the object itself, and then inside of that list there are declarations of components. So the first and well, the only component would be the UI component, the component for the system UI, no, not the documentation. Right, and in this UI we have the keyword argument spec, which is the specification for the interface, and that spec is the list, which in turn will go to the lambda at the runtime code generation. So it will be compiled into the lambda, which will be called like every frame or something. Right, so I think I'm gonna need yeah, and about that I'm gonna, here I need to toggle the UI for credits. Yeah, not the context, but the UI. So I need to somehow get the entity for the UI. Okay, I think that would be relatively easy. So I'm gonna toggle, oops, not Google, toggle UI for the component for credits system. So I'm gonna get command system ref credits, and then in that system I'm gonna get this slot called slot value called what is it, UI entity. Right, and I will toggle this on. Right. So I think let's maybe check that. Yeah, and the main menu is still, yeah, right. So if I press credits, alright, something wrong happened. What do you mean toggle UI is undefined? It was defined though. Right, it was defined in UI system. In here, toggle UI, I mean, what the heck? So, okay, do I have it in SD file? Yes, I do. How does that happen? Toggle UI. So, have I messed the name of the function? No, I haven't messed the name. Or have I? Okay, toggle with 2U, sure. With 2O. Toggle, yeah, sure. Geez, I'm stupid. Okay, So let's see if it works now. Alright, Reddits, yay, it works. And yeah, it works just as it should. Nice. So yeah, you can toggle the main menu like completely off, so you got only the black screen, but that's the little bug I will address a bit later. Okay, so I got this. Yeah, of course, the segfault, as usual. So I need this list to go inside that file. Where was it? The main menu. That list in resources. Okay. So how I'm gonna approach this? Okay, well, let's start with simple things. Let's just put this specification here, so the parentheses are balanced. Okay, so I'm gonna try and read that file and then try and see what happens if I call the read function on it. So with like, how do I open file again? With open file, stream file spec, how do I open stream file? Yeah, I think I need with open file, but I'm not sure. Open file macro. Users open to create a file stream to file named by file spec. Open to options, blah blah blah. Stream to which dynamic extent. Right, that's exactly what I need. So with open file with the stream called st, whatever, file spec. Do I need a full path? Okay, I think I need a full path here. Right. Oh, it works. Nice. So kit resources, then UI, main menu LISP. Okay. So with this file, I want to read it and see what happens. Okay, let's see that list. So we have a backquote here. That's interesting. And we have UI, spec, and then this list just as it is. Okay. So, right. So what if I eval that? Yeah, that still works, and this is a list. Right. Okay. So what I actually need here is also those extra parameters. Yeah. So. Oh, and by the way, I think I also need this. Yeah, right. So let's address this little problem with menu being not open when starting. So I need to pass extra parameter for the UI system. So I have this flag on in the component for the system. So I have to pass it this extra parameter here when initializing this object. So yeah, the problem is that currently my ECS, oh come on, currently my ECS implementation does not support, I think, creating prefab and putting some extra parameters at once. So let's see. Yeah, here. So if prefab, make prefab component. Yeah, make prefab component. System edit prefab parameters. Oh, I have rest parameters actually. So, oh, I think I have foreseen this situation, so I actually can pass extra parameters. Let's just see. Let's go to this UI system. So here, when initializing this component, yeah, I have to rewrite this atrocity with destruction bind and get the extra parameter here. Yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna rewrite it right now. So instead of destruction bind for just one keyword parameter spec and then deleting this spec and using it, that's like complete crap. So I think I need a let, and in that let I need somehow pop this extra parameter, well, not the extra parameter, the spec keyword parameter, and by the way its value I need to somehow pop that from the parameters list, that one. Okay, so how do I pop from the p list? Yeah, property list. Yeah, maybe I need that. Okay, let's see. So I need to pop ramp prop. Okay, this removes the symbol from property together. Property together and corresponding value are removed by destructively splicing the property list, returns nil or non-nil property list. Okay, what exactly does that return? The property list. Blah blah blah. Then the program prop height. Beg my pardon. RAM prop symbol indicator. Returns a nominal value after altering whose property list to be, however, well, I don't think I'm getting this. First of all, is ramprop even the standard function? Oh, it is. Where is it defined? Oh, okay, it is standard. Okay, so I'm gonna just try it out. So symbol indicator. Okay, let's remove A from A1, B2, C3. Nil. Beg my pardon. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting this right. Property list of full. I mean, does this even look like a property list? Here's the symbol. Okay, let's just see maybe the official documentation. Documentation for ramprop. Removes from the property list of symbol. Oh, of symbol. The property with the property indicate. Okay, I think I've swapped the parameters. They're in the wrong order. Okay, alright, so I'm getting this obviously wrong. Okay, ramprop. If there are multiple properties, blah blah blah. Okay, is there any examples? So quick test, make symbol to the pi symbol to list. So test. Right. Get test. Okay, and then ramprop test. I'm definitely not. Oh, ramprop is a macro, right? No, it's function. Okay, so it kind of removes the key from like a variable, I guess. So I need to def var it first. So like, ooh. Hey man, thanks. Right, I initially thought that the picture is kinda too cheesy, but yeah, thanks. Okay, so now I got this cool, and can I ramprop from like A. Right. It's not a symbol. Then what the heck is it? Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'm definitely not getting this RAM prop. Introduction. Okay, let's see in the introduction. Yeah, what's that? Okay. So how do I remove something from property list and simultaneously getting the value I'm removing? Yeah, okay, I guess by symbol property list you mean that every key is a symbol, right? Or am I getting this wrong? List. There's a list attached to some symbol. Oh, that's weird. How do you attach something to a symbol? Oh, it's not the same as a plist. Okay, thanks, man. So, right, RMF is more like it. Okay, let's go with RMF. Place indicator. True, false. Okay, let's try that. Well, yeah, it's kind of the beautiful thing in Lisp that you write everything in parentheses. You have like streamlined syntax. You don't have all of these extra, like all of those things you have in like C languages. So you only have like really parentheses. Okay, so let's go with RMF. RMF place indicator. I'm still not getting which is which. Place. Okay, so let's go with place like this and the list like this. A1, B2, C3. Okay, it's the reverse. Just as I thought. Beg my pardon. Okay, I'm still obviously not getting this. What do you mean? Okay, so we set an X to... I can't modify a literal. Yeah, that kinda... Oh, yeah, I see. I see. So I'm gonna make a list. But still, setf list is undefined. Am I still getting the order wrong? So it's like A. No, I'm not. Do a let and then this. Okay. This thing and then RMF from cool. Oh yeah, I'm getting this. That's a macro. Okay, so I'm removing A. Nice. Okay, so let bind. Right. Yeah, the place. Sure. Thanks. So I'm getting true, but can I like first get the actual value? I think I'm gonna need to do getf first. Right. And then print Q at the end. Oh, yeah, sure, the Q would be missing the A key. That's kinda obvious. Yeah, I should do that one. Right. But the thing is that I want first to get this value associated with the A key. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to do first getf then remf. So the yeah, I think I'm gonna just do a tiny helper which will first write it to some variable and then return the value. So it's gonna be like pop. Is there, by the way, any functions like pop something? Yeah, we have a pop macro. That's interesting. Come on. What does pop macro do? Pop place element value shows list. That is the circle list. Reads the value of place. Like there are probably some utilities. Yeah. Remember the car of the list which was returned writes the coder of the list back into the place and finally yields the car of the originally retrieved list. So it kind of swaps car and coder. Yeah, that's not what I want. In Alexandria, yeah, maybe it is something in Alexandria. That's a nice idea. So let's see in Alexandria. So like pop something. Nope. Plist. I reckon it had many utilities for plists. So remove from plist f. Mathematically remove from plist. Do plist. A-list, P-list, and vice versa. Then remove from, yeah. Returns the proper list the same case and else it is, except the case unless it is named the case unless explained, then removed. The return property list may share some structure, blah 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 blah, keys are compared using it. Nope, that's still not what I want. Just like remove list, the version may destructively modify the provided list, return value, blah 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 blah. Yeah, well, that's also not. Yep, Alexandria does not have any stuff out of the box that I want. So I'm gonna write my own. So I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm popping from property list. So like pop the list. So the first argument would be obviously the list, and the second one is key that we are popping. So first of all, we get the value, and this obviously should return the value, not the key, because, well, I already know the key. So, first of all, I get f place indicator, so like I get f from the list, I get f the key, and then, yeah, I got the value, and now I can, what I can do, I can remf. But remf is destructive. Yeah, but I can't like return the value and set it in one go. Except if I'm using the multiple values, but I don't want to go with multiple values here. So okay, let's just remf. So remf from plist the key, and then return the value. Yeah, that's the idea. Let's see. So what if I remf? Yeah, what if I first def var some list with something like A1, B2, C3. So that's B2, and then I pop from that, for instance, B. Oops, what? Oh, yeah, the list, obviously. So, pop list will be. Right, so 2 is the value, that's right, and then the actual value of who? Yeah, that's it is. It's undefined behavior, modifying literal. Yeah, I always forget this, so yeah, this obviously should be a list. Oops, no, not the list, right. But I think it would still work. So if I pop the B key, oh, that's interesting. So, oh yeah, the def var. Oh, okay. So I need the def parameter then. Def. What is happening to my fingers? Def parameter. Right. So then pop, then the new value, yeah, right as I wanted. So maybe this should go to some little utilities file, but I don't have any, so I'm gonna just let it stick here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna write the docstring right away. So return removes removes and returns so first of all, it removes the key from the list, and returns the value associated with it. Right, and I think I need this in line. List, and I think I can write the types. So so the first one is the list, obviously. I would use deletes, remove actually implies no side effects. Right, you're exactly right, thanks. So deletes right, so function, the first argument is obviously list and the second is symbol. Right. Okay, so I got this, and yeah, so what I'm doing here is, first of all, I'm getting the spec by popping this from the parameters list the spec, and then and what then and then I think I also need to get this on parameter. Come on, don't hang. My Emacs is giving me crap again. So on function parameters, right? So the on flag. I'm gonna also pop that from the parameters list on, and yeah, that's it. So then after that, the parameters list is kinda how do you call it, filtered from these extra keywords, and I can pass that right to the right here. So instead of rest parameters, I got just parameters. Function blah blah blah. Are you going to ever want to remove row than one key, more than one key? Nope, I don't think for that tiny utility. No, I don't think so. That's just for this one particular application. I think I even could have made that the flat, but I don't want to make this function like extra big, so I put it like externally. Yeah. So the parameters, list hash table, alright, hash table keys, right. Yeah, I think that would work. No? What's that? That's really not popping either. Not popping. I don't know, looks like popping, so... Well, I'm remembering actually the names from the standard library from C++, so you have in its like vector, you have like pop front and pop back, which does what it does. It returns for you that value from the beginning and from the end, and then simultaneously removes it. So I think this looks like a pop. Oh yeah, implies a stack. Yeah, the list actually does not have the order. Right. Yeah, so I guess technically that's not popping, but yeah, I'm gonna just stick with this name for now. this can delete from anywhere. Yeah, it definitely could. Okay, so what's wrong with this variable on? Oh yeah, I haven't used the on. Yeah, right. So instead of nil, I'm gonna set this to some. Yeah, right. So UI. Okay, I'm gonna rename it here to UI and here to oops UI parameters. So here also UI parameters and here. So on, yeah, UI on. It will go to this one. Okay, right. So now what I can do is to put here the extra parameter. I think it even will go here on true. Okay. So now the main menu should launch right from the start. What is wrong here? Spec is defined but now used. Beg my pardon. Spec. How does that now used? So yeah, the menu is started right away, so it kinda works. Cool. What is with the warning though? Spec is defined but now used. Where it is defined though? Context entity context. Okay, so what is even that function? I'm not sure I'm following. Is that the body of that runtime generated lambda? I think it looks like it. Spec. So okay, these parameters. Context. Context, then entity, then keywords. Botanically button, hover, normal, background. What is D2C here though? And then on is defined but not used. Where the heck it is defined? Oh, lambda context. Is it like the on background? Okay, I think I'm a little bit lost here. I think I'm gonna just print the body of that lambda to see how it looks. So I'm just here. Yeah, sure. Oh, oops. Oops. UI parameters. UI, right. I need this here. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna just quick load the engine. Yeah, sure. And start the demo again. What? There was a hash table. Make component in my system. Right, so what is happening here? And it is 0 and parameters on the background, yeah, whatever. Make component UI system. And, that's not a hash table yet. Oh yeah, sure, I'm set f'n it here. Right, exactly. So okay, I'm gonna just print it right here and just return it because, well, print returns what you put inside of it. Okay, I'm gonna restart again. Right. Okay, so where is my lambda body? Here it is. So lambda context entity, then keywords button active, button hover, button normal, background, and on. Why the heck on is still here? I mean, I've popped from that list. Okay, I'm gonna just print the parameters here. Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. So now I've hit 0, so it's like restart the full stuff. Okay. So where is the parameters? Oh crap. Right, so first of all I'm printing the parameters and then the lambda, but I can't see one for some reason. Okay, that's weird. Spec kind of used. No, that's definitely weird. So okay, I'm gonna just print something to see it's happening, and then for some reason force output. Yeah, sure. I have to flash the stream. Yeah, I did force output, so I think that will do. Okay, here we go. Oh, mixed up in the middle. Yeah, it could have been. So here we go. Right, here it is. So on the background, whatever button, normal button. So for some reason here's still on the value of t. I mean, oh, I see. I'm using let here, so it goes 2 times God. I'm so stupid. I should use let star here. Yeah, sure. Let's start. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave lambda here. What does my Emacs want from me now? Okay, so right. I think I still have this on flag. Find what I used. Spec is defined. Not now used. Okay, that's weird. That's really weird. So I'm using the let start, so it should work, I guess. Oh, I see. So the thing probably is that plist is not well, the thing is that I somehow should set f this thing that remf returns. And plist remove. Let's try this loop. Yeah, with loop that's kinda easy for key no value on plist by color unless remember append. Yeah, that's cool. Append SQL plist remove. Yeah, that's no problem. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna try that. I think that will. But will it also modify the plist that is gotten as the first argument? Okay, let's see. Let's remove keys. So let's look for key value on list. Let's go like that. So unless key is a member in keys, with test equals key is member in keys, right? So unless that, list key, now list, yeah, right. So no, it returns a new list inside effort document. Yeah, right. But the thing is that I also want the value that is associated with the, at least with first key. So okay, my question is that for ramf, do I have to set f it back, or is it like, does it modify the place? Oh yeah, remove from list, store it in place. Property blah blah blah. There are multiple blah blah blah. Remove returns false. It was a switch was found. No, it modifies it. Right. Okay. Yeah, but in my stupid function, this list, I think what happens here, the list is modified only inside that function. And then the second time something weird happens. Change the if plan with more than a single case. Yeah, right. I'm wondering why this graph function of mine is not working as I think it should. Is it a list literal? Well, I don't know. It is passed like the rest, like end rest argument. So I think it could be. I mean, is it literal in that situation? And can I even modify that if it's passed like the rest arguments? Yeah, probably I'm getting some sort of undefined behavior here. No, it's not. You mean this list from the end rest is not literal, and I can modify that at my will. I think I'm gonna try with, oh, what happened here? Oh yeah, the print. So I think I'm gonna try and put it first to some extra variable. Yeah, right. So throw the ideas at me. The on binding needs to pop list spec. What do you want to achieve as a result? Wait a sec. So the on binding needs to pop list spec. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly remove that. Spec is returned the new list. The parameters is the old list. No, it's not return the list, it's the value associated with spec. So well, it's a list, but that's a different list than parameters. Okay, Andrew, so the idea is to remove like these parameters. That's the property list I'm getting from endRest, and it contains a lot of parameters. There could be some extra parameters that I pass further, but I have special parameters which are spec and on, and I'm needing to filter those. So I want to get their values, remove them from this list, but keep the values for me. That's the idea. Try to change the parameters in the second line to spec, since you let star parameters in the second line to spec, like here. Yeah, okay, the case from the end. Parameters in the second line to spec. No, the idea is that the spec, well, it is a list, but it's the extra parameter in that list. So if we look at these parameters, where are they? Okay, I'm gonna compile that and just show it. So this list, like here for instance, this listing is on the background, whatever, blah blah blah. Then Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna just print it first without this filtering. So those, oops. Okay, come on. Nope. Oops. Come on. Right. So if we look at this initial parameters list, we got this on keyword with value p, which I want to filter. The second is spec keyword with this large crappy list, which is actually a code. Then we have background, button normal, button hover, whatever. So I just want to filter from that list these on and spec values. So I want to get this t value and this large list, and I want to pass this list further. That's the idea. Yeah, I have actually these parameters, they are full of keywords that don't come from key arguments. I actually don't have any keyword arguments here. So I was making the structure in bind, but it was kinda ugly. Okay, I'm obviously missing something here. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just print the value here. So we removed key and the list is now the list. See. Oops, yeah, I'm already running. Oops. Right. So what is happening here? Alright, so we removed spec. The list is now on the background. Wait a second. Why are those the symbols? They should be keywords. I mean, what the heck? Removed on. The list is now background, but normal, blah blah blah. Right. So I'm gonna print it here again. I think it is some kind of optimization SBCL is doing for me, and then it's getting these parameters here, like here. You have to use ~s. Oh, okay, thanks. I didn't know that. I kinda can't learn all of these format parameters. I just remember ~a and ~d for numbers. Alright, so we have this. Let's see. Come on. Right, what now? So, spec. Why am I? Yeah, ~a is readable, but really it's only good with string. Yeah. Pretty sure for everything else go ~s. Right. Okay, but still. So now after these two exclamation marks, I still have spec in the list. So remove O. Next, spec. Okay, so remove spec. The list is now text, blah 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 blah, and font. Right. So removed on, and the list is now all of a sudden the spec is here again. The SBCL is definitely giving me some shit here with optimization, because these parameters are like the very same that are getting here. Okay, so I think what is happening here, let's just quickly look at the disassembly for pop list. it's not that large. So first we're calling remap. Okay, I'm gonna remove this print crap and try again. Right, it's really little. So getf, then remap. But what list? So it looks like we're passing the argument to the getf, and just then to ref. How do you want me to try run the whole function? Do let parameters, or better let parameters copy sec. That will rule out the side effect and the literal. Okay, I thought about trying that. Let's just do that. Okay, I'm gonna just leave that. So oops. Okay, let's see what happens now. So I'm gonna just quickly look at the debug output. Nope, the on is still here for some reason. So I still got the warning, right? Yeah, I still got it. Empty, I think. Oh, the thing is that in that list, here I have these two exclamation marks, so that's the parameters list just before I'm doing all of the important stuff with it. So it does not contain the spec variable, that's good. I mean the spec keyword, but it does contain the on keyword with its value. So why the heck on is not removed? And in first case, oh, that's the first case. And in second case, for the credits screen, I have spec left, and then the text, which should be here, and the font, which also should be here. Your let is empty. What do you mean? Oh, no, it's not. So if I put the alignment here, there are two parentheses, all, I think it's not empty. Okay, that's definitely something weird. The safety 3 and the bug 3, I don't think it will do anything, but yeah, will be fine. Or do I go with declare? I'm always mixing those up. Yeah. Oops. 30, yeah, safety 30. Give me a sec. Come on. So the claim will declare probably intended. Yeah, probably it was intended. Right? It compiles cleanly. The claim is for top level and don't ever declaim optimize. Yeah, okay, thanks. Right, so I'm always using the claim at the top level, so yeah, I should remember that declare is inside the function, right? So, okay, let's try it out now. So I still got some warnings, which means, yeah, I still got the spec in the second case and on for first case. So the first pair of key and value is kept in the list, and at the beginning it is on the spec. Something heavier. Oh, you mean declaiming optimize is undefined behavior? That's fun, I didn't know that. Might be easier to read if you only print the keys. Yeah. I think I'm gonna just go. Yeah, maybe if I just copy sec, really, it will do the trick. Yeah, just a second. No, I'm still getting this crap. Right. Okay, thanks. Just 1 second. So the parameters, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, well. Yeah, the indentation here is just bonkers. Okay, so let's call it like this. So first I got this in this parameters list, I got spec, text and font. And after doing this filtering, I still got spec, text and font. And in the first case, I got on, spec and all of these. And then I got just on and all of these. So, what is the pattern here? So here I'm not even removing the spec. Probably the pattern is that it is the first key. Man, I just can make it the macro, I think. Probably that would do the trick. It should work. Yeah, oh, that's my idea. It should work, but it obviously is not working. I'm gonna just quickly change it with the macro. Yeah, remaf is a macro, but I think I'm gonna just change this whole little utility. So to something like I don't know, please pop. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna rename it later. So paste key. That shouldn't be a macro. Yeah, probably it shouldn't, but I just want to try it out and to see what is really happening here. So yeah, I agree it shouldn't be a macro, but that's just to test this idea. So what it should contain. Yeah, right, probably the very same code. Macro expand some RMF call. What would that do? Oops. Nope, continue. So, macro expand RMF call. Okay. Expand one, RMF, paste. So it does multiple value bind, IMF flex, true the values blah blah blah, SB impl RMF key into list, and set Q to list one. Right, so you are right about that. Okay, so I think actually what is happening here that this plist is modified only inside this function somehow. And we are not setting this new plist to the modified plist. So the idea about macro was right. I'm not sure, but maybe it's not as simple as you think. Maybe that it doesn't modify your let binding value in pop list. Yes, I am let binding value inside the function, therefore you are returning the list before remap. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not actually returning any list from this pop list. I'm just hoping it would destructively modify the first list, but if we look at this macro expansion, it actually won't work like this. Yeah. So yeah, that was the wrong idea first. Okay, I think I'm gonna press the undo button for a long time right now, and then I'm gonna just do this manually. So I'm gonna manually get F first, everything I need, and then I'm just gonna call remf. Probably I actually should do a macro for this, but again, the macro is kinda overkill. And I guess I'm gonna be okay with just getf and remf. Alright. Alright, I think that's it, right. So, right. So I don't need this. Okay, so I don't need this either. First of all, I'm gonna get up. Oops, I still got the game running. Yeah, sure. Come on, would you please? Right. So first of all, get up. Place indicator. Right. Then the spec get on. Then I'm gonna run off. I think I actually can use Alexandria here because it had some handy function to remove multiple keys from the list. Yeah, here, remove from the list, modify macro. So I think I need delete here because I want to destructively modify that. Just like destructively modify the provided to list. Right. So delete one to list F. List F, parameters, spec, and on. Right, and just print the keys using this lovely snippet Michael provided. Oops, nope. Right. On parameters. Okay. So now it definitely should work. Most definitely. Alright, yeah, exactly. So now it works. So for the first UI object, I get all of these parameters, and for second one, which is credits screen, I get only those. So no warnings now. Okay, thanks guys. So I'm gonna remove this debug state. So where was I? Yeah, I'm getting this to some external file to read that, and then yeah, to have the ability to modify that without changing the code and recompiling anything. So I was where I was in the main menu, I guess. Yeah. And the reason it wasn't working before is because you were binding the let bound value in your pop list, which was searching for the key before their method was called. One sec. Oh, I've removed it already. I was binding the let bound value, which was searching for the key before the method was called. Yeah. Now it's searching afterwards. Right, yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay, thanks, anyway. So, right, that file Okay, so now I can put on T here, and after that, yeah, I wanted just to test loading that. Okay, so I think I had some snippet, right, this one. Okay, so first of all I'm gonna try only read. Right, here we go. So it's UI OD, then we got this spec. Right, so if I eval that, it will just do nicely. So yeah, that's just the list. And now I think, yeah, the tricky part, because well, for some different UI components, you may have some different, like this initial buttons or initial images. The idea here that there are the images that are loaded from the resources. So I think I can go by setting those through a comma operator, I think. Okay, so kinda like this, I guess. I guess that should work. Okay, I'm gonna run away because it's scared me with the UI, got stuff to do. Yeah, sure, thanks mate, thanks for the help. Right, so okay, now first I'm gonna just read that. Right, so I got all of the commas here, and then eval. Right, and this segfault means that everything works just as it should, because what is happening here, we are trying to load this like UI specification from the file, which is not like the actual code. This is more like a DSL for making the GUIs. So we're loading it, and in the process of loading we are actually creating all of those images, and we are, well, the engine is trying to load this image and it is failing because the file system subsystem is not initialized. So even if we look at the stack trace, we can see that, yeah, we're right inside the CLD Allegro nuclear Allegro create image, like this one. Okay, so I think the idea is kinda working. At least I will make it work. Alright, so maybe I should have made that a bit better, like instead of colon slot value, etc. I could just make some function, but yeah, wherever. I will change it later, maybe. So we have these backgrounds, and I think that's it. So that's the DSL for main menu. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna make the same for credits, or maybe just first try it in the menu system. Okay, so for that to work, for that file to be loaded, I need to define the prefab here, and then, oh yeah, I'm gonna geez, I'm gonna make the extra function make component that works with prefab. Okay, this one also gonna be tricky. Well, not exactly tricky, but cumbersome. Okay, so I'm gonna def prefab. The system is UI, the extension is .lisp, obviously, and then there's slots. So which slot I have here? I think that's just the well, what's that actually? Like the actual list that is read from file. So how I'm gonna call that? Man, I'm so bad with naming things. So something like, I don't know. So this is like the object specification. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with spec. So it's nil by default, and it is a list. Right. So I already forgot how to define the prefab loading in my engine. Okay, so I'm gonna make the make prefab component. Wait a second. The thing in that file is that it has like full object specification to be fed to make object. Do I really have to use the prefabs here? Spec. Yeah, I think I could, and if I could, why don't I use that? Right, so we define the prefab UI, and then I'm gonna make, well, I'm gonna have to define a different method for making the components. Yeah, that one, make prefab component. Oops. Come on. Make prefab component with the arguments. Yeah, I could have just copied the arguments to those arguments. So the system is UI system. Oops. Oops. Right. So I got the prefab and I got extra parameters, but I don't really need. Oh, now I can set these on flag. Actually, in here when creating the parameter. Okay, so the idea is that in menu system, instead of all of that crap, I can just okay, what will I actually do here? So with this slot, I'm gonna comment that, and what will happen there? Here I will make entity. No, wait a sec. Make prefab. How do I load the prefab? Yeah, I forgot the details of my own engine. Prefab load. Okay, make component. Right. So the spec, then I got the spec, which is like UI component. Right. Okay. So I can, by the way, also use make object here. So I make object, and then the specification for that object would be UI, and then the prefab main menu, like with the keyword or whatever. I think keyword. And then with the on set to T. Right. So what are the different I mean the okay, I don't need this. What are another parameters here? So there are on and parameters, which are like the runtime things that are passed to that lambda, which I compile on the fly. So I can actually set those here in that extra parameters here. That's a lot of parameters. Okay, so I actually only need on here, and then I can just yeah, I think that actually is it. I can set these to my UI entity. That would be this object. Yeah, and I think that would be it. I can even go one here. Yeah, and also here. Perfect. Right. So I think I need to go with different format in my script file, which is like the spec for the UI. So that main menu, no, come on, this one, main menu.lisp. So I don't actually need any of those here because, well, I know it will be UI system. So I don't need this, and I set on a different place. And yeah, but thing is that I need all of those extra parameters, so I need to set the spec here. And the idea is I actually don't need extra list here. So yeah, so that is simpler and that's good. Let me just rename them. Okay, this is definitely going somewhere. So I got this list, and from this list I'm gonna just load the spec and then these extra parameters. Alright, so menu system, right? So let's go back to UI system. So in this make prefab component I will still need this this function which makes this specification to an actual lambda which can be compiled. And then so from parameters I only need like this on, and by the way those parameters, oh, these will be tricky. But do I really need to set those parameters here? Oh, by the way, I think I would, yeah, for the credit screen I just can put all this text for credits right inside that file. Yeah, that will work, I think. Okay, so for those parameters I only need the on keyword. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with the structure and bind. So this lambda list will contain only a key on, and it will be the default value of null. Will that work for the list, which is like empty? I'm kinda not very cool with destruction bind. I find it kinda hard. So okay, with empty list, would it work? Yeah, it works. And then if I got the keyword on set to t, yeah, sure. And if I got some extra keywords, yeah, it does not work, right? Exactly as I need. So I'm destruction bind the parameters, those parameters which are passed to the to that function, right? And with that, then I'm getting the right. So now it is the time for the trick with the read and eval. So what I want to do here, wow. So what is prefab here actually? I need some example of my previous code. So which does have some prefabs. Okay, let's go with sound system. So here make prefab component and the prefab. So what is the prefab actually? Prefab sample. So it is like string. Okay, let's go with some another example, like maybe character. No, which one has the prefabs? To include item. No, item does not have the map. So let's see prefab. Make prefab. Oh yeah, by the way, I would have to write the make prefab, but that would be easy. Okay, make prefab component. So the prefab. What is prefab? Make prefab tile map. What does it? Oh. Wow. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, I'm gonna just look at my implementation, that would help. So, what does make component with the case when there is prefab? Prefab instance, so if we make prefab, alright, am I doing something wrong here? So, like, for instance, okay, let's go with is it right? Oh yeah, that's the row reading functions. I think I need character system. No. Sprite, the sprite system. I need the sprite system. So I got this prefab here. So I got the make prefab method, then make prefab component. So make prefab component is making the new component from the actual prefab instance, and the prefab instance is made by the make prefab method. Okay, so what I need here is make prefab. Oh, right, and now make prefab does not have any extra parameters, which makes sense. Okay, and the prefab name is obviously a string, right? Oh, okay, I'm gonna just call prefab path and it will get me a path. Okay, so now I don't have the on parameter, and frankly I don't need it because that's the prefab, that's not the instance, so it does not have the on flag. Okay, so here I'm creating the actual prefab. Right. Okay, so I need to make, how it will be called, something like make UI prefab, I guess. Make UI prefab. Okay, I need to compile this and then make UI prefab. Right. Nice. So as the spec, we would have the stuff that we first read, then eval from the file. Eval read from the stream, and that stream would be, I reckon I have some gray streams for that, which are wrappers for Allegro file functions. I just need to remember how I called those tree operations sequence virtual binary. Oh, with binary string sequence, binary string. Oh yeah, character string. Generate char. Class. Class instance. Oh yeah, character string. I guess that's the one. Let's see. Yeah, that is probably the one. So, am I actually using it anywhere? Come on. So I'm using it in the map system. Nice. How am I using that? Oh, yeah, exactly. I need exactly this. So, in my GUI system, I need something like that. Making some character. So will read work with that gray string? I think it should. Path system preferred name. Yep. So that's the spec, and the spec is so yeah, nope, not this. Main menu. So it contains, it's actually a plist which contains the spec keyword and then all of those other parameters as keywords. Okay, so do I need to compile this right away or? Okay, so those parameters, the question is, are they per instance or are they just per prefab, so they are once loaded from disk and then never changed? So yeah, and it boils down to where I do this. Oh, and by the way, it boils down to where I do eval. So if it is per instance, so I don't need to do eval here. But I can actually optimize by doing eval here and then creating all of those parameters once. Right, so I think I'm gonna go with that. Right. Yeah, so the thing is I don't need this here yet. First of all, yeah, I'm calling read, then on that make instance with that path. So then I call eval, and that will yield me the plist. So let's put it some variable first, something like, I don't know, how do I call it? Man, I'm so bad with naming. So what is it? It is a list which is loaded from file, and it contains the specification for the UI, and it contains some parameters for that UI. So that is like, I don't know, the UI list. It contains both the specification and the extra parameters which it should use, like button images or credits text or whatever. So this is like alright, I guess I'm gonna just call that specification. Yeah, so that is eval read, then on my instance make a string on that path. Right. so that's the specification. So the spec, yeah, I'm gonna get, I think maybe with let's start, I'm gonna get the specification. So then I'm gonna get the actual UI spec, and that is get f of parameters spec. Right, def parameters spec. And the first thing that I'll do in that let, I'm gonna run f from that parameters. No, wait, not the parameters, the specification. I'm gonna remap from that specification the spec keyword that I just got, the UI spec. Okay, so now it is just the extra parameters, and I actually can compile the stuff. Oh, I also gonna need this as a hash table with the values of that parameters, I think. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna be needing this parameters hash table also here. And by the way, I think I'm gonna just store the function here because I will compile it on the fly. Right. Okay. So the function and then parameters. Alright. Specification. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna just rename it to parameters. Right, so then get f parameters, and then remap from this parameters. Right. So now I can do almost the same that I did in that make component function. Oh, okay. So the function would be the result of compilation. Oh, okay. So compile nil spec, and then I need the property list keys. I was getting those by using hash table keys and by first converting that plist to hash table. But I think maybe Alexandria have something about getting only plist keys. Or maybe I can just go with a little loop clause which will do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just go with the loop, although I absolutely hate the loop macro, but still it's a powerful macro. So yeah, I think Michael was posting some nice snippet, yeah, like that. So I'm gonna just use that. Okay, I don't have a list, so I'm gonna just test it with something like A1, B2, C3. Right, nice. So, spec. Okay, so I'm gonna compile the result of calling this flat spec to the fun with spec. What is spec here? Right, so it is UI spec. Maybe I can just call it just spec. Okay, just spec, and then those keys. So that's loop for key new on what? On parameters by Kader with to this collect key. Right, that's the function, and then the parameters are just, oh, wait a sec, and the parameters are just plist to hash table. This hash table parameters. Okay, here we go. And then the make component should be different. So let's look at map system. That was the make prefab, and then make prefab component. What it does, it just copies the relevant fields from prefab to the actual component instance. I'm gonna go with that. Okay, make your prefab, function parameters. That's it. Is it? Yeah, that's it. Function and parameters. Right. So then I'm gonna have make prefab component. So I don't need this. Make prefab component with UI system. Right. And in that, yeah, first of all, I'm gonna go with UI of that entity, and empty bindings. I'm gonna set f, just copy, just set f function to function. Wait a sec, list, that's not a list, that's a function. Right, set f function to UI prefab function of prefab, and then set f the what? The parameters. Just UI prefab parameters of prefab. Right, and then the on flag, we should just get it from the structure and bind the those parameters which we got from the function here. So like how do I like this structure environment the on and with the default of nil. Okay, parameters. So on, maybe I should call it different way, something like component on, or yeah, or maybe just here. How do I think I had some renaming done in the coordinate system. Yeah, like this, coord x, coord y. Yeah, maybe something like UI on. So what are those function parameters? UI on, UI function, and UI parameters. Okay, I'm gonna just put here UI, and also set f UI on to on. So I think I'm pretty much done, and I think it would work now just as it should. So I'm gonna open my main system. Yeah, it definitely should work. So let's see. Let's restart the whole LISP. And okay, try to quick load that. Right, that's to be expected. Okay, it compiles. That's already reassuring. So I'm going to be actual package and call it demo. Nope. Generic function, my component, UI system, prefab. Okay, what is wrong here? No. Let's see. maybe I've messed up some, of course, sprite system. We don't want the sprite system here, we're working with UI system. Alright. Okay, I think I need to restart again. Alright. Okay. What now? Primary method, make component, no primary method. Make object. Okay. UI prefab menu. Okay. So what is wrong? What is the problem here? Okay, well, let's just hang my Emacs set. Okay. So have I messed up some system parameter somewhere? Let's see. UI system. No, I think everything is fine. So where actually are we? So we have called main, then we called initialize instance after menu system. So we are calling system initialize in menu system, which in turn calls make object. So the menu system is here. We call in this make object. Okay. Right. So in this make object, we try and call make component with UI system with some prefab and some extra parameter on set t. So what is the problem here? Systems make component. So here's the generic, here's the method, that's before method. Here, oh, I think make prefab, make okay, well, let's look. Maybe I'm not implementing some parts of interface I should have implemented. Let's look at some different system like map system. So what about components here? So we got some helper, we got make prefab, we got make prefab component. Oh, and we got make component which is empty and returns nil. Maybe I should have put that into that dev prefab macro. Yeah, I definitely should have. I'm gonna just leave the comment. So dev prefab here. So, in UI system I need an empty make component. Yeah, that's kinda dumb. Okay, let's restart it and see if it works now. Okay, what now? Again? Like, okay, I've copied the wrong one and I haven't changed the system. Jeez. Now it definitely should work. Okay. Oh, the I don't have to put a dot here. Right. How am I defining the prefab, for instance, in map system? Okay, I got the extension without the dot in like a string. Okay. Do I need to restart again? Okay. So it will definitely work now. How do UIs instead of UI? Okay, I can go with that. So I'm gonna just close that buffer that is main menu and rename the folder UIs. Yeah, I got all of this folder in plural. Okay. So let's restart one more time. And now it will definitely work. Oh, come on. Unknown keyword prefab expected on. Okay, we are getting somewhere. So make prefab component in UI system. With that, make prefab component. So the structure bind of parameters. Oh, I got the extra key prefab. Why wasn't it deleted in systems? So like in here. Perhaps it can... Oh, that's like for I reckon I was removing the prefab key from the parameters list, but then I returned it back in the case that I will meet the actual prefab name in that method. That could happen. So okay, I'm gonna just put here prefab. I guess that would help. And stop that. Okay. So I think I need to restart again. Yay, the different year. So the main menu is not of the type UI prefab. The value main menu. Oh, that's because I got prefab here. Okay. Prefab. So okay, I'm gonna just put allow extra keys here, or other keys. That should do a trick, I think. So is it? Oh yeah, nice. So now it works. Write out from file, and I can press credits, but credits are yeah. So now I have to change how credits are made, but that would be easy because well, I have all of the machinery working right now. Yeah, of course, disabled. So for the credits, so in UIs I'm gonna have something like credits. Stay. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna open in resources, in UIs, these credits. Right. Wait, what? Credits. No, the wrong file. The wrong extension. So in these UIs, I'm gonna rename credits to credits.list. Alright. So in resources, GUIs, credits.list. Okay, I'm gonna just look at that as the reference. Okay, so I need a spec and then all of the different parameters. Alright, so let's go with the okay, I think I'm gonna make the code here a bit nicer. Maybe spec and code, no. I don't quite like it. Yeah, maybe like that. Or like that. Yeah, that will do. Alright, so the credits. So in credits, credit system, I'm gonna take this specification. Yeah, and here's the tricky part, because I was loading these credits from some extra file. Oh, and I think I still can be doing that. Yeah, let's see. So in the credits.lisp, which is in resources, I'm gonna have this spec, but without the quote. Yeah, here we go. So that's the button. Parenthesis. Okay, and we have the extra parameters. Font, the different font from the usual one, and the text. So do I need... Oh, was I using ensure loaded helper in my menu? Yeah, I was. Okay, so let's start with font. It's easier, so I'm gonna open that. So that would be comma. Alright, this one, yeah, that's the lot of factors. Okay, and then the text. That's trickier, but doable. So do I really need all of those boilerplate inside of my UI file? Or can I maybe somehow put it to some helper function and use it here? Yeah, I think I will do exactly that. So I'm gonna make some helper. So I'm gonna call it like what? So it will load some file using the library file APIs. And it will gonna make the list of those. Alright, so gosh, I'm so bad at naming. So this would be like read file into list. Read file. Oh yeah, I already got some functions like this. Read file into string. I wonder where it came from. Yeah, that's from Alexandria. Name, first string, national format, file input. Let's see, into string, into byte vector. Read string content into byte vector. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and blend in. So that will gonna be read file into list. Although the name is definitely stupid. So it will look like text, read file into list. Maybe something like read text file. No, the idea is that it is loaded precisely into the list. So Yeah, let's go just with that. So if I on the list, so the argument would be the path, and I think that's it. So I'm gonna just quickly copy that code here, and maybe just define it inline. I mean, plain. So that's inline, and let's declare the types here. Function which takes string and returns list. By the way, can I specify a type that is stored inside the list? Oh yeah, I reckon I can only do that in cons. Yeah, the list is like, well, it is the singly linked list, so that's the, yeah, you can't really define the single type for every cons cell. Okay, so it takes string and returns list. Right, type that file and returns list. Okay, so let's compile that and compile that as well. Oh yeah, that's because I'm using this here. Okay. And by the way, I'm gonna use the path here. Right. Oh, the extra parentheses. Okay. Nice. It compiles. So put file into list. Okay. So now I can like use it here, but oops, yeah. But with this path. Alright, so, right, and I think I will need to replicate that in my, like, script file, which is credits.lisp. Okay, so as the text, I'm gonna have this here, text credits txt. So the idea is that I probably could have used here that file like inline, so I could have just put all of those strings here with the credits. So I can really open those and see how they, oops. I can open that and see how they look like. So yeah, I could have had that here. Yeah, I think I will just go with this extra step so that they are really easily changeable. Yeah, I think that will do. So that's it for credits file. And yeah, I think I'm done here. So I got the text I'm using here, and I got the font, right? Yeah. Okay. So, oops, that's it with those. So now I can actually. Oh, wait a second. Display credits font. Oh. So I also need like this into that credits file. Credits.lisp. Yep, because that's from settings. So let's go like this, and the extra parentheses here. So now I got this display credits font, which is set in like config. So yeah, that should work. So now I don't need really this, I don't need this, and instead of this crap, I'm gonna just make an object. How did I make it in menu system? Okay, make object. It's UI. So the prefab is credits. And on, well, wherever. So that's it, really. Okay. Let's probably just restart to test it out. So I think it should work. Yeah, nice. Just nice. So yeah, I think I'm mostly done. So right now, to release a new version with this main menu, I have to do a little bit more of refactoring, like put some extra stuff in that UI system which really belongs there. And then just those little bugs like this, pressing escape here and having a black screen, that's kinda, well, startling. And yeah, I think except that, well, that's also this bug that when you open the main menu, the game still goes on and you can hear like you are beaten down and then you die. But yeah, that's the bug I will let live for a moment. Oh, and the credits are on top of that, so that's extra nice. I can put these credits as the winning condition, like when you beat the game, I can put those credits on, put some music on, and yay. Alright, so yeah, I think for today I have achieved what I wanted. Oh yeah, the subfault. I guess that's because I'm doing some wrong cleanup. By the way, I think that's because I'm not deleting this font here. Why have I commented that? Let's see. What would happen if I uncomment that? Oh, I don't have the font slot in my system. Okay, so I'm gonna just quickly make it right. Okay, so now I need to get this slot called UI entity, and from that UI entity, come on, system. From that UI entity, I need what do I need? I need to get the parameters. So that would be like what UI parameters, right? What instance? No, not the UI parameters. How my accessors are called? Oh yeah, I should go with UI. So with UI of that UI entity, I'm gonna set F now. I'm gonna get the font and I'm gonna call this font_del function. Yeah, I think that would do the trick. And then just in case, I'm gonna set F to the null pointer. So pointer. Here we go. What? Font. Oh yeah, the parameters. So I will gonna have to go with parameters. Okay, so let's set this font. Okay, so the setf. I'm gonna have to change that setf. Okay, I'm gonna do it a bit later. So the font would be getF. Oh no, getHash from. Okay, what are the parameters order? Hash. key, then hash table. Okay, so the key is font, and the parameters, oh, I mean the hash table is parameters. Right, so that's the font, font del, and then setf this get hash to null pointer. Alright, that should do the trick. Right, okay, it compiles, so let's just try and exit the game. Yay, it does not segfault. So that was the error all along. And by the way, that's funny, that's when you don't like remove something, it makes your program segfault at exit. Because, well, actually that's the memory leak, but that shouldn't be a segfault. Maybe that's the consequence of how liballegro finally handles its resources which are loaded into it. Okay, so I fixed the segfault, and yeah, what I'm gonna do later is to move some stuff inside this UI system, then do some tiny cleanups here and there, and just commit and release a new version with the menu and credits just next week. So yeah, I've been doing the user interface for like, what, a month? Right, yeah. But, well, in the path of making that, I've made also that open source library, CL liballegro nucleo, which is like bridge between liballegro and like CL liballegro and nucleo UI library. So you can freely use it. It's like MIT license. So yeah. Okay, so I think I'm done for today. So thank you for watching. Take care and goodbye.